Project 1 consists of a TGO. What does TGO mean? It's an acronym for Topic Exploration Graphic Organizer. This is a document that will organize some of the things you have learned in the first two modules of this course in a format that will assist you in future projects. In the module prompt for this assignment, you are provided multiple links. The first is to a TGO sample that you can reference as an example of an exemplary submission for this assignment. The second link is to your blank template for the TGO. This is what you will download, complete, and submit for your Project 1 submission. Finally, the Project 1 guidelines and rubric are linked for your review at the bottom of the module prompt. Although the Project 1 guidelines and rubric are listed last, this is where we need to begin. In the overview, you are provided with a summary of what we have done over the last two modules and the purpose of Project 1 in the grand scheme of things of this course. The work you submit in Project 1 will be used again in Project 2, and so on. Let's take a look at the prompts. There are 5 different prompts and they each correspond to one of the critical elements in the rubric for this assignment. That means that each of these prompts must be addressed within your submission to earn points in the rubric. Prompt 1 asks us to describe the science topic discussed in your news story. This is the same thing as your natural science topic, or just what your Science Daily news story is about. As a reminder, your science topic is not the same thing as a branch of natural science. The branches of natural science, like geology, biology, and chemistry, are still very broad fields of study within the natural sciences. Your science topic is what your Science Daily news story is about, and you should strive to include specific details regarding the news story and the science topic as a whole. As the guidelines and rubric tell us, we should provide a detailed scientific background. Overall, you should aim for 1 to 2 paragraphs in your TGO for this first prompt. Prompt 2 challenges us to switch gears from describing those details about the science topic as we did in Prompt 1 to providing the main idea of the news story as a whole. This can be thought of as like a condensed summary consisting of about 3 to 4 sentences that captures the essence of the news story without going too deep into the details. Prompt 3 wants us to relay the scientific evidence that was outlined in our Science Daily news story. Did you notice how the guidelines and rubric describe the evidence as something that supports the main idea of the news story? That means we need to make connections between the information we put in this section of our TGO to the main idea we provided in the previous section. It also means that we are specifically being requested to provide scientific evidence as opposed to data. If you need additional insight into the differences between data and evidence, please see my guidepost number 2 in the general questions discussion. This aspect of your TGO is based on your Module 2 short answer. If you're not sure about how your news story outlines the evidence versus the data, please be sure to reach out to me this week. I'd be glad to guide you through it. Prompt 4 is where we can flex our creativity in conjunction with our skills in thinking like a natural scientist. What do you think a natural scientist would want to know about your Science Daily news story? In the 1-1 discussion, we had an opportunity to begin this process, and here in Project 1 you will want to modify and specify those trains of thought even further. In the template, you were provided 3 spaces for questions. You were not limited to 3 questions though. Feel free to ask as many questions as you have. However, it is also important to remember that questions are always a case of quality over quantity. I would rather you submit 2 really thought-provoking questions than 10 simple or broad questions that don't fully consider the topic. Prompt 5 is the final portion of the TIGO, and we are detailing the types of sources that would be appropriate for finding more information about our science topics. For this final response, consider reviewing the feedback I've provided you in the 1-5 short answer for the information and reliability critical elements in your graded rubric. There, I foreshadowed the importance of your sources and the types of sources that are ideal when conducting scientific research. Before submitting your TIGO, please review it for grammar, spelling, citation, and formatting errors. All of these will result in deductions in your score if included within your submission, as indicated by the articulation of response critical element of our rubric. Please contact me with any questions or concerns this week about this assignment. I'm always happy to help you.